Welcome. You've made the trek to Face Mountain, the podcast where we carve out the top 4 of everything at Disney and Universal theme parks.
It's our very own Mount Rushmore of theme parks, where we decide the very best and most iconic snacks, shows, rides, and anything else you can find at the park. By the end, together, we'll carve out the ultimate Face Mountain. Sarah, grab your chisel.
This week, Universal rides. I am pumped this week.
This is so exciting. I've been so ready to do a ride category.
I am on a Universal, I just am loving Universal right now. Plus, this is our very first ride episode.
Yeah.
I've been itching for some rides.
I have been too. I mean, you think of theme parks, you think of rides. I mean,
yeah.
That's what's great about Disney and Universal. There's a lot more to them, but man, rides are where, that's what they're known for.
Well, and Universal kind of gets a bad rap. And so I feel like I'm on a defense tour of Universal, sort of. I just feel like we are Disney people. We're Disney people, but I just feel like Universal does some amazing things.
Yeah, Universal is fantastic. When we went, we took our kids the first time, we did one day at Universal, and from then on, it's just been we got to go back. We love that place.
We love it. It is, it gets the rap that it's for older kids, which I guess it does have more thrill rides, but the theming, the storytelling. I grew up going to Universal. You did not. Your first time you went to Universal was when?
With you.
So 2019?
Did we go in 19? Well, for one day. Yeah, we did that one day there.
Yeah, no, I grew up in the peak Universal. I was always so obsessed with movies, and the thought of writing the movies and the behind the scenes stuff, and I have so many stories of Universal family vacation memories. My dad was chosen for the Alfred Hitchcock, which is a very niche, old, amazing experience. He was the killer in Psycho in the show that they had, but just the movie stuff and the behind the scenes. And I love Universal Studios.
Yeah. Universal is truly awesome. Their rides are world class. And it used to be, that's kind of what they were known for, was their rides. Now they're finally getting into the theming game too. And
really, the meet and greets and the food is really good.
The food is awesome.
At Epic.
Oh my gosh. I love
the hotels are nice.
Yeah.
It's not that bubble that Disney provides. You don't feel that same type of there's no outside world.
Right.
But it's just so fun.
It's so fun.
I just think of fun when I think of Universal Studios.
Oh yeah,
in the parks.
You're gonna have fun, and that's their goal. Is to Disney's goal is to make you feel magical and special and that sort of thing. Universal is let's have some freaking fun.
But let's not. I tear up.
You do.
I tear up a lot at Universal Studios parks recently, but it really clicked for me when we went to Universal Studios Hollywood, and I'm like, oh, it's like a movie. It's an actual movie studio.
Yeah.
It goes back to 1914, where it was a movie studio, and they opened it up to the public when they were making silent films, because it didn't matter if you had a bunch of people on a movie lot, because there was no sound in the movies. Yeah. And they would sell fried chicken for lunch, and they would watch movies being filmed on this lot. That's how it started.
That's really cool.
Isn't that so cool? And then they built, and then in 1960s they started the studio tour, and then it all went from there.
Yeah. I'm sure they started out as a tour this is our thing, and then probably saw what Disney was doing, and was like, okay, I think we could do some of that too. Yeah.
And I feel like if you love movies, if you love pop culture, Disney has its own, I said, you love Disney movies, but there is so many Universal movies.
Yeah.
It's just clicked for me in the past few years. We got these bangers: Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Wicked. Now, Harry Potter. Well, Harry Potter's not, but that's a different story.
But it brings up a good point. Universal is not afraid to make deals with Warner Brothers to get Harry Potter, or make deals with Illumination to get the Minions, and they make sure that there's all kinds of different lands and IPs that aren't always strictly Universal, which is
Well, in the video games, Nintendo. They partnered with Nintendo.
Yeah.
They've DreamWorks. I mean, I just feel like it is, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's so great.
It's
and
like
I'm so excited to talk about it.
I'm not, to me, it is not your Team Disney or Team Universal. To me, you can be both. And I think that Universal is really pushing the game. And then Disney is having to like, okay, but we can do this too. And they make both of each other better. So I don't know why someone feels like they need to pick one or the other. Yeah. I feel like you can root for both, enjoy both. And like we do, we're going down which leads us to our upcoming trip talk.
Woohoo!
We're leaving and we're doing 4 days at Universal and then 5 days at Disney. Like you can do both. It's our big trip, but it is, so it's just, both parks are incredible. And I think when we're going to focus on Universal today, because I think it deserves some love that it maybe doesn't get as much.
Correct.
But not to, crap on Disney at all. That's not what I'm
exactly.
doing.
That's the thing. I don't understand, Team Universal versus Team Disney. And I think there's a lot of people who like both. But, sometimes we'll go to Disney. And we had this one family, we sat on the bus and they were like, oh, we went to Universal for a day. And they just go, oh, but we're just Disney people. like Universal is for
can't be both.
Yeah. So I was like, what? Okay.
We just saw some things you'd never see at Disney World.
Yeah,
I think that was one thing.
Oh my gosh, she did say that. Yes.
Hope they're not listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I hope they are. Maybe we'll convince them.
But yeah, so leading back to kind of our trip in 2024 when we went out to Hollywood, our boys are big Mario people. So we made the trek. They wanted to go to Japan when Super Mario World first opened there, and we were like, well, let's wait till it opens in Hollywood. We went to Hollywood basically we went to Disneyland, but basically for them to see Super Nintendo World.
Yeah, I think it was on the horizon, but we were like,
who knows how long it'll take? Which was pretty quick. But
it was really regardless, fast. It was like, we got to get out there and see. I mean, our oldest is a huge Mario fan. And we were like, we got to get out there. So it was awesome.
Well, that's where I got my shirt. This is a full-on Universal Studios Hollywood shirt. This is like retro. This is how I remember Universal Studios. And if you went, I couldn't not wear this shirt today as we talk about Universal rides because we have so many on here, the classics. And the studio tour that I was talking about is down here at the bottom. Jaws, Universal Monsters, Back to the Future. I mean, it's just too many. King Kong. I have vivid memories of the King Kong ride when I was growing up. Anyways, that's what my shirt is today. I'm representing all of it, and my hat may or may not come up later.
Okay, good. Yes, we'll save that for your merch moment.
And my mug. We're very short on Universal mugs.
We are.
That is. I was like, speaking of our trip. I'm going to add that to our to-do list. Buy some Universal mugs.
Yep.
The Universal merchandise is getting up there. I will say there's not as many like small shops and things like on Etsy or there's a ton of Disney.
Sure.
There's not a ton of Universal, hence my hat that will come in my other merch moment discussion that I'm going to talk about. But I do have this Isle of Burke mug that is from Epic Universe when we went for the first time in January. So this is like my only Universal mug. I have.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of our California trip, I got a Super Nintendo World mug when we went there. It's so cute, but it says Super Nintendo World, and the inside was green. You could get all the different colors, primary colors, basically. And unfortunately, it was like printed on, and to be fair, I dishwashed it, but most mugs you buy at parks you can dishwash. So or at least at Disney. So I assumed you could, and
this is why people think this way about Universal.
Exactly. Yeah, poor Universal with their cheap ass mugs.
Can't dish it. But Disney mugs you can always dishwash.
That's true. But anyway, so it started peeling. So I'm bummed about that, but it was really cool. So I'm just repping my POW block. I did not get this at the parks, but
that's okay. It's still on theme. But just one more thing about our trip that I just feel like I have to plug because this is such an incredible perk.
Which, by the way, when this comes out, we will be 2 days away. 2 days away. Oh yeah, because if it comes Monday, yep, 2.
So very excited. But we are staying at Disney and Universal do their hotels slightly different, but Universal does have 4 deluxe hotels, 3 or 4. Basically, that means you're within walking distance or boat ride from the park, which is a perk. But the biggest perk with staying at a deluxe, now the price tag is big.
It's bigger, yeah, for sure.
But you get an unlimited express pass included with your room, which means we get express pass, which express passes are very expensive. At which express pass you can skip the line.
It's like $250
and even
a
if
person.
You buy the express pass, like we did splurge and buy the express pass for Epic because Epic Universe is not included in this perk, and we can only ride each ride once. So once you use the express pass for Ministry of Magic, you cannot use it again on Ministry of Magic. With this perk, when we're staying at the Hard Rock Hotel, you get unlimited, meaning we could ride Hagrid's. We could use Express Pass for Hagrid's 27 times
yeah,
that day.
whole time. If that's all we wanted to do, we could do it. And that's always a long queue, always a long ride.
And then also, we've got 5 people in one room, which means all 5 of us get Express Pass.
Exactly.
Which is crazy because if we did the math, and I don't have the money right now, but if we paid for unlimited Express Pass for all 5 of us, it would be way more than the cost of our room.
Oh, alone. And
we are making money on this trip, you guys. Girl math. We are making a lot of money on this trip.
It is true, though.
They're
if we just bought the Express Passes and we were staying off-site somewhere, it would cost more than our hotel room.
Plus, we get a room.
So we can walk to it with.
So just do the math. I get that the price tag looks big on if you're like looking at the fancy hotels at it's like Portofino, and you just look up Universal Hotels.
At Hard Rock.
Yeah, just look up. You can walk. You can get a direct transportation, which is clutch, but also that Express Pass is included. It's just a perk that's like kind of unheard of, and they've got to be losing money from it, but sorry.
Yeah. Hey, it's awesome. So yeah, very excited about that.
All right, you got some news?
I do, and our first news actually is our first bit of Universal news we've had. So
no, we had Captain Cacao last week.
Oh, we did.
That's
Never mind.
epic.
Our second one.
Captain Cacao is its own category. We had Captain Cacao news.
It was just so delightful. I just blocked it out. I was just too much to handle. But okay, we have our first IP Hollywood Horror Nights house announced. And Sarah and I are going to... Did I say Hollywood? Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know what I said. I might have said Hollywood Horror Nights, but it's Halloween Horror Nights, which is Universal's version of a Halloween party. But if anyone's ever been to Disney's, it's called Not So Scary Halloween Party. It's literally supposed to be more fun, the fun side of Halloween.
It's for kids.
Yeah, it's for kids. Whereas,
adults have fun, but it's geared towards kids.
For sure. And then Universal's is Halloween Horror Nights, and it is... leans into the horror. Yes, it is not for kids. Very scary stuff. Very frightening. And the first house that they announced one, but so Universal, just quick background, they usually do like 10 houses. 5 of them are original ideas, and 5 are usually based on existing properties. So the first one they announced is Sinners.
I can't even.
One of our favorite movies from last year.
We're big movie people. We are big we have Oscar weekend. Sinners was nominated for an Oscar. We love movies. We love spooky movies. We've always loved that. So this is a merging of our 2 biggest interests, and we may die from excitement. And we're going for the first time this year.
I know.
We've never been.
First Halloween Horror Nights, and the first announcement is one of our favorite movies from last year. So I'm so excited. They are supposed to, there's already rumors of them doing, not even rumors, I think it's confirmed. They're going to do a scene that is like that dream sequence scene that the famous scene from the movie. If you haven't
seen Sinners, go see Sinners.
Yeah. What did you say? He said you're going to cry from emotion.
You'll go from your eyes being watery from the beauty to them being absolutely terrified. And back and forth and back and forth.
I can't wait.
The whole house. I am not a haunted house girl, so I am actually terrified. But also, I just feel like I have to get in on the Horror Nights action. For us being such Universal, and Horror Nights has a rich history at Universal. This is long-lasting. It's the best Halloween experience in the country. And we have not been. And it's a shame we haven't been. And so... just the 2 of us are going. So it's like our date weekend to just get our pants scared off.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be scared because we're going to have what's Smoker Stack's the baby mama's name.
I don't remember. We got to
but
rewatch it.
She'll be there protecting us, helping us out with her hoodoo.
That's exciting news.
Yeah, very exciting. So we're pumped about that. The other one is Disney related, and that is that they opened the animation courtyard in Hollywood Studios. I know you've seen pictures and videos of this. Basically what this is a it's going to have an experience in there where you can meet characters, and I think there's going to be like a drawing class, but right now that stuff's not open yet, but the actual courtyard is. And what that is basically it's just a very big vibes place. They've got all these little statues of all the little animated animals all throughout. So you got Thumper, and you got the mice from Cinderella, and all sorts of little animated characters, little statues around, and they're playing music from their animated movies. It just looks so nice. So cute.
The handprints and
oh yeah. So they outside of the Chinese theater, there's real handprints of real like celebrities that have come through. Well, this one has the handprints of the animated characters.
So cute.
I cannot wait to explore that when we go there.
And it lights up the big hat lights up at night. It looks really pretty.
And it's set to look like the actual Burbank Animation Studios. And there's a sorcerer's hat on that building, on that facade, and there's one here too, and it lights up, and it's said to be beautiful at night. So
it looks awesome.
I'm really excited about that.
Me too. That's some great news.
Yeah, we'll have to report back whenever we go. Now, even though this is coming out, full disclosure, even though this is coming out before, we're actually going to record two more podcasts.
We got a busy week.
Before we go on our trip, so you won't hear that update right away.
We'll share on our stories. If you follow us on Instagram, that's a good plug. Yeah.
Sarah's I'm not a social media guy.
I saw you posted. I was checking our story, and I was like, I didn't post that. Roger posted.
Yay! My first unprompted post. So I'm going to try to be more adept at that, but I'm not the social media guy.
We're going to share some on our story. Anything that has to do with things that we talked about in our episodes, we're going to try to share on our Face Mountain Podcast Instagram. So Instagram at Face Mountain Podcast. And anything I add, we decided my stories, I will type in blue, and anything you add, you will type in red. Yeah. So that way you can know who is doing what, because could get a little jumbled. But I was like, whoa, someone added us. We got hacked.
No, it was me.
I was like, that's our cat.
Yeah.
You put our cat on there. I loved it. She's a little pod cat.
Yeah, she is. I swear it was really, I was like,
she's always in this chair.
Oh,
when we're not in here.
Yeah, she's in your chair all the time. Yeah. But I was up there, and she just kept crawling on my lap, getting in front of the computer, and I was like, this is so annoying, but my gosh, it's so adorable too.
Podcast.
Yeah. So
yes.
So
trivia?
That's
trivia?
It for news. Yeah. Yep. Up to trivia. So I think you asked me first last week, right?
No. Yes.
No. You're right.
Yes. I think I went first the first week.
It
doesn't
we'll
matter.
Never keep it straight.
But I'm going to ask you now.
Okay. Let's do it.
I can't not ask on theme now.
Me too.
I feel like it just
now we're locked in.
It doesn't make sense to not ask questions that don't have to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It narrows it down, like you said last week, because there's so many facts and trivia and Easter eggy stuff that it's like, at least now I knew, like, okay, what's a universal Rod's question that I could ask?
The only problem I foresee with this is that because we're both like trying, because sometimes I will like try to think of things I already know, but sometimes like this time I was like, okay, what can I think of? And so I do some Googling and stuff, and I'm like, oh, we might run into some of the same things, but that doesn't matter.
Either way, it's fine. Even I'm so mad because there was a couple things that you did. I mentioned this last night. There's a couple things Universal theme that you didn't know up until recently. I think you've said a few times, like, I didn't know that. Like the Fall Out Boy Gabby in the soundtrack. Patrick Stump for the Hulk, Incredible Hulk. I was like, that would have been a great trivia question, because you literally just were like, I didn't know that he did that.
I would have missed it.
You would have missed it. But then if I did it today, it would have been like, we just discovered this. So I don't know if you know this. That's the thing, is I'm going to run into, I don't know what you know.
Yeah.
So either way, it's a fun trivia question. It's a fun fact. If you know it, you know it. I'm not going to try to just stump you. I'm just going to try to find cool facts.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do too.
I don't know. You're
But
pretty
I also
competitive.
do like to stump you.
I was going to say.
It is kind of fun, too.
Okay, this is my question. This is about a specific ride
Cool.
at Universal Studios, specifically Islands of Adventure.
Okay, one of my favorite parks.
One of our favorite rides of all time.
Oh, rides of all time. Okay.
One of the best, arguably the best roller coaster in the world. The question is not what is that. What is that ride?
Velocicoaster?
Velocicoaster.
Okay.
This question is about Velocicoaster,
All right, love it.
which is the Jurassic Park themed incredible coaster.
It's
the
amazing.
newest ride at Islands of Adventure, right? 2021.
Probably.
Yeah,
I can't
okay.
think of one.
Incredible roller coaster. Here's the question. It's very themed. It's themed to Jurassic Park. It's theming in a thrill coaster, which is very hard to come by.
It is.
So here is a question that kind of goes into that theming. Okay, it's about the theming.
Okay.
Why do the rides, train cars, the train cars of the roller coaster, why do the rides, train cars feature blue lighting? Other than just like visual.
Okay.
Like it looks cool.
I don't know the answer, so I'm going to guess.
Okay, take
Is
a
it
guess.
because Blue the Velociraptor has
No.
blue streaks?
That's a really good guess. Also, her name is Blue, which I didn't think about that. Like, they could just have blue lights because the Velociraptor's name is Blue.
Yeah.
That is not the answer,
No.
but it could be. Let's pretend like that's part of it.
Okay, I'll give myself a
I mean,
fake-
who's to
fake
say
point.
who's to say the Universal Creative didn't think of that?
I'm sure it crossed their mind.
This is what has been like rumored as this is how deep the theming can go with Universal.
Okay.
This is why I love it. So the blue lights are a real world nod to avian biology.
Okay, birds.
Birds.
Okay.
So actual studies show blue lights distract birds of prey.
Oh, okay.
So the whole theming is like because dinosaurs are so closely related to birds of prey that it's like they're trying to keep the raptors away from the ride.
Wow.
Because the story of the ride, this takes place before the first Jurassic World movie.
Oh, is it before?
It's
Okay.
before. They've used if
Oh,
you're
yeah, because, yeah.
if
by
you're
the
getting
end
in
of
line
right.
after you drop your lockers, there's a sign that says Dominus Rex coming soon.
Yeah,
So it's
okay.
before the first movie.
Okay.
So
I mean, that
the-
would make sense because
the whole-
it all goes to hell after.
Right. The whole like theme of the ride is Jurassic World is trying to like be super cool. So they're like, let's have a ride where velociraptors chase you.
Okay.
So then part of the ride, they wanted to keep the guests safe by putting blue lights on the trains.
That's awesome. That's a great fact.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I did not know that.
Could be because her name's Blue, but I like this one
That's really great. I did not know that. Well,
because it's themed like an actual it's like Velocicoaster is so deep in the like it's like an inception of a theme park because it's a theme park ride themed as a theme park ride inside a theme park.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
that's why I love that Jurassic Park and Jurassic World is at Universal because like
Yeah.
it's a
I think
theme
because it
park
can make
in
it
a
like
theme
a theme
park.
park in a theme park. Yeah.
so. Anyways, I like that fact.
I like that fact
So does
too.
that mean I stumped you?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that went. Yeah. My made up reason, I'm not taking a
I
point
don't
for
know.
that.
I
for
kind of
real.
like it.
Okay, so my question is also Universal ride related. Stardust Racers in Epic Universe. So basically, that is a roller coaster where you.
Is that what the kids are doing these days?
I don't know.
A little clap? I don't know what that means. I just did like a duck thing.
You.
I like Stardust Racers. That's what I was trying to do with my hand
Yeah,
motion.
okay.
Okay. So,
All right, but it's not the first dual track roller coaster that has been built at Universal Studios. It's the second. Can you name the other? Oh, yes.
I can name the other. Dueling Dragons.
All right.
Duh.
You get a point.
Where Haggard's was.
Yeah. Look at her. Look at her. Okay. Okay. Okay.
It was a Harry Potter theme ride, right?
It was not originally.
But then they made it was Dueling Dragons. Then they made Dueling Dragons into a Harry Potter themed ride, and then they
called Dragon Challenge.
Got it.
Where
Yeah.
they had two of the Harry Potter dragons. So it was just like an easy overlay. So
wasn't it part of the story that like people that were working at Dinoland and the Dragon Land got like nixed, and they went over to Universal and built Dueling Dragons, like
I think
brought all
so.
the dragon stuff to Universal Studios.
I think that's part of it at Animal Kingdom when they were going to have.
Yeah, this is deep lore. We don't need to talk about it.
But
Sorry.
yeah, basically Dueling Dragons, just as a little fact, was an opening day coaster. It had two intertwined inverted coasters called Fire and Ice. They launched at the same time, and they narrowly dueled around each other with near miss moments. Fire Dragon was themed around heat and chaos, and its track was red. And the Ice Dragon was smoother and themed around cold and precision. It was blue. And then it was themed into Dragon Challenge before it made way for Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. Congratulations, you're on the board. Yay! All right. Well, that was our trivia time.
Now it's time to
get into the real business.
This is it.
Okay.
We're getting down to it.
I love it because Sarah and I we never talk about. We talk about like how we're excited, how we've got thoughts.
We went upstairs. You were just like, I have thoughts and I'm ready to talk.
I can't wait to talk. I can't wait for this discussion. And now
I have no idea what's on. Like we do not even.
No.
We don't tease. We don't.
Yeah, I think we have different processes too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway. So I have, we always go over the ground rules at first. Maybe we should call those base camp rules or something, mountain themed, but no, we'll just stick with ground rules for now. Okay. This, as usual, as we discussed last week with our lands, it can be new or old. It can be attractions that are there or are not there anymore. And same as last week, domestic parks only. So, we've only been to the 2 domestic parks. I know there's multiple throughout the world, but we have not been there, so we are sticking with that. And just to narrow it down too. So we're sticking with domestic parks. And finally, we determined it cannot be a show. It must be a ride. Now it can be a ride with show elements, but it's got to be a ride. So no Universal horror makeup show, sadly.
Bummer.
Which I do love.
Animal actors?
And no animal actors, which is also a very cute show. So that's what I got. You got any other thoughts before we get started?
Orlando and Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Which Hollywood was there first.
Correct. And it was an actual movie studio.
Okay.
Before it was a theme park. Yeah.
Okay. So we need to specify the ride. Where if there is a duplicate, we're picking which park.
Correct.
Got it.
Okay. So what are you thinking?
So just to clear too, we have essentially 4 parks to pick from. We have Universal Studios, which is in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Universal Studios Hollywood, which
Correct.
is the standalone park in Hollywood. Then we have Universal Studios Orlando. Islands of It. That was the original one it was like 1990, whatever, in Orlando. Then we have Islands of Adventure, which was added to Universal Orlando Resort in 1999. So they're right next to each other. And then we also have Epic Universe, which is the newest Universal park that is about 10 minutes down the road from the Orlando parks. And this opened a year ago, celebrating its 1-year anniversary. So there's like 4 kind of locations, 3 in Orlando, 1 in Hollywood that we are picking from and specifying.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Just want to clear that up.
All right. So
last week I started with like what I thought.
Okay, if that's the case, because I will go first, and this is it's easiest to start. I feel like our process in this discussion, it's always easiest to kind of start with one that's not super controversial, easily argued. And so my first one is going to be E.T. E.T. the ride.
I love it.
Yeah. E.T. is it is an opening day attraction at Universal Studios Florida.
It's the only one that's still there.
And it's the only one that's still there. It has survived everything.
And there's rumor that Steven Spielberg, because I did not understand how involved Steven Spielberg was in these Universal Studios parks until recently. I watched like the documentary, the Epic Ride documentary. He's very involved in Epic Universe. He's very involved in these parks. And it's like apparently like a contractual thing that's like they are not allowed to touch or remove E.T.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm so thrilled about that.
So thrilled.
Because it is a lovely little ride.
I love that ride.
Yeah. And you ride on bikes, simulated bicycles, and of course, as you do, as he does in the movie, that you're on the ground and then you end up flying.
And then the second half is like a fever dream.
Yeah, but the second half is
we return to the green planet, and it is,
which is E.T.'s home planet.
And it is interesting.
Yeah, it gets wild.
I
y'all.
love it though.
It's so fun. It's so great.
It smells so good in that ride.
The
queue is incredible. You're in a forest.
You're in a forest in the queue. And
I just noticed that E.T. pops up in the basket during the ride.
That's such a cool effect. I didn't know about either. And E.T. This doesn't always work either, but he will say your name as you exit the ride. E.T. will. Yes.
Sarah.
Yes. It's so great.
And that was years before this like Magic Band technology.
Yeah. They literally, the way they do it is you have to tell the ride operator your name, and they type it in the computer. It's insane. It works half the time. The other half of the time, he just says, friend. So every time we end the ride, though, because you're
like,
still on the ride, and then you
name.
hear its name or you hear the kids' names, and it's like, yay!
I think, it's very funny how sometimes some of the names are said.
Yeah.
But man, that ride to me, I mean, it hasn't, when I step on that ride, I'm stepping back like when I went to Universal when I was 8 years old. That ride is, they haven't changed the video in the beginning. The Steven Spielberg
introduces
yes,
the ride.
I'm sure he was like, don't change that.
Yeah.
I love that ride. There is no way you can have a Mount Rushmore of Universal Studios without that ride.
We agree
They
on that.
did get rid of it at Hollywood.
Yeah, and
Which is
Tokyo, right? Didn't it was one in Tokyo too, I think.
Which is really sad.
I know. Well,
that is just classic. I can't want to hear that music, hear that. Yes, and I had to wear my ET hat.
yeah. I mean, heck, she's wearing the hat, so works out.
Yes, I had to. Yep, I am in full. I'm sorry. This episode's probably not going to be as much of a discussion as the previous one because
I don't know.
It could get difficult. Okay, so that was a lock for me. I mean,
Okay.
I have come, to be fair, I have come with like 2 foreshores.
Okay.
Like I will not be okay if these 2 don't make it, and ET was one of those.
Okay. I wonder if you have the second, because I had 2 as well.
Okay, and then the final 2 spots, there's like 3 or 4 that I'm like could be okay with.
Okay. Well, what's your second?
My second is the studio tour.
100,000,000,000%.
This is what started the Universal Studios.
Universal
the tram
tour
in Hollywood. They had one in Universal Studios Florida at some point, like a tour. They had some sort of tour because it was an active studio too.
Yeah.
But we went on this ride 2 years ago. I mean, they still film stuff.
Oh, they still film stuff there.
You can see the Good Place set.
Where they film the Good Place.
Sometimes there's hot sets where like you have to be quiet.
Yeah, you have to be quiet.
The Bates Motel is on this. You can see the actual Bates Motel from Psycho.
You can see the actual clock tower from
Back to the Future. There's a Jaws section, which the Jaws ride, RIP, doesn't exist anymore in Florida or in our state. It's still in Japan.
Yeah.
But it is a Jaws section where you can drive through. There's like War of the Worlds airplane.
Yeah, they add things, and that's the cool thing about it, because they had that Jordan Peele movie. What was that? Nope. They had a Nope set. The Nope. They filmed it there.
They filmed it there.
Yeah. So they had the Nope set, which is that like carnival area. I mean, it's just so they update it periodically. But then there's also, besides just driving through the sets, which would be world-class attraction on its own. There's also these little ride experiences that they change in and out as well.
King Kong.
King Kong, which the Jaws is one as well. There's a Fast and the Furious one too. It's
I think that one's gone now, but
did they change? Oh, yeah, because
they're doing the new roller coaster.
Yeah. But still, there's little, and those are like rides. Like either there's a big animatronic, there was on King Kong, or now these days mostly screens. But you walk in this little tunnel, or you drive in this little tunnel.
It's the start of the park. There's nothing like that, and it's like a 45-minute tram ride.
Yeah, it's like a 45-minute with like multiple attractions built in.
Yes.
And you have there's a tour guide, so there's an actual live tour guide who works there, who's telling you about everything. It's just a great experience.
They tried to kind of like bring it over to when MGM Studios opened, the former name for Hollywood Studios. They had that backlot tour.
Yeah.
It's that type of ride, which I loved that. I missed that.
Yeah, I never got to experience that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I did, but I don't remember.
I just love the like visiting the set aspect. And like I said,
it's so cool. Sometimes actors will like come out and wave to the tour and stuff. So
yeah, and it's just really cool because I feel like Universal has gotten away a little bit of the like how to make the movies, or because of documentaries that you can see and watch, and so now they do the whole ride the movies thing. but the tram is still that like classic, like we are on a
Movie making.
like I really honestly, it was the first time it clicked in my brain, like, oh, Universal Studios, it's studio, like we're on a studio, like it makes so much more sense in Hollywood, and I love that we have it in Orlando now. But that ride, it's just the ultimate classic Universal Studios ride. You cannot, and I will stick my ground, stand my ground. You cannot have a Mount Rushmore. It may not be the most popular. You may have never done it. Hell, you may never have even heard of it. You could not have a Mount Rushmore of Universal Studios rides without having the studio tour.
Without a doubt. So, I mean, we never lock until we lock, but those two feel like locks to me, for sure.
The only like opening day attraction still standing at Orlando, E.T., Steven Spielberg's hands all over it. So much iconic smells and sights of E.T., and then the studio tour, which is the entire beginning of Universal Studios.
Agreed.
Those two have to be there.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's where things get tricky in my mind. Okay, so you have two rides that are gone from Florida that I feel like serve a lot of the same purpose, and they're both gone now. And those are King Kong and those are Jaws. Okay, both of these rides were, first of all, first part of that studio tour. Both of them were sections of that tour. There were, and they both were migrated to Florida to become their own rides. The Jaws ride, both of them featured giant animatronics. Both of them feature tour guides who are walking
like
you
actors,
through something.
Which I love.
Yes, and things go wrong. Both of them. You escape at the end, of course. And so they're both very, very similar rides. I think they are both iconic rides. But here's what I was thinking, my thoughts that I had is that I am actually willing to forgo both of them.
But neither one of them made my top.
Okay, good.
I have a whole section with the title Nostalgia.
Okay, well, here's the thing, is that so we're going Mount Rushmore, so you get the history of the ride. So we're not just getting the Universal tram tour that has just Nope and whatever's there now. You have on the Mount Rushmore, it's the whole history of the ride. Right. So you get the Kong experience and you get the Jaws experience.
You can include a little bit of the King Kong and Jaws.
You still
even
get
though
those
like I said, my vivid memories of Universal Studios trips growing up is that Jaws ride and is the King Kong giant animatronic. They had like a photo op at the end where you're like stood in King Kong's like hand, like he had like a grip, and you're in it.
It's so cool. Like he like picks the both of them have a moment where they're like, oh, it's over, we're past them, and then they come back. Both of those rides did. And
speaking on, one of the other rides that I have listed under nostalgia is also included in the studio tour, which is in Earthquake.
Yeah,
because I thought about that one too. I loved Earthquake growing up, where they like you're in a subway car and they simulate an earthquake.
Yeah, and then it like floods.
That's the kind of stuff I love. The ground breaks. You're like, I'm in an earthquake. Because I'm like both intrigued and absolutely terrified of natural disasters. So the fact that I could be in an earthquake and then also be in a tornado at Twister.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Twister.
I didn't think about that one.
I love Twister. Yeah. That was another ride at Universal Studios
they
Orlando.
Disasters, didn't they?
Because it's like the movie. That's so
that's
fun.
The tag.
It's like that Steven Spielberg like creature feature, natural disasters, but you get to be in it without being in an actual earthquake. Which sign me up. Please. And so the studio tour.
You don't want to be in an actual earthquake?
I don't actually want to. No. The studio tour has an actual earthquake section. So
yeah. So it's
studio
a lot
tour
of this stuff
covers a lot of the nostalgia.
It does.
That's why I think I put it in a. I was like, I am willing to have half the mountain for like the beginnings and the history and the nostalgia and literally my T-shirt.
Okay.
Like literally, this is.
I'm just really glad we're on the same page there, because I was afraid I was going to be fighting you, especially for Jaws.
I love Jaws. Jaws
is... I really thought I was going to have to convince you not to put Jaws and waste a spot on it, because it's a great
I almost wore a Jaws hat.
But
I almost wore a Jaws hat, but Jaws wasn't on my list, so E.T. was on my list.
And it's in Again, it's still part
And a
of the
big
studio
feat in
tour.
animatronics. It was very difficult to maintain. It
Yeah.
had lots of issues because of the water.
Spielberg knows all about that.
He does. That Bruce.
From filming.
That Bruce caused some issues.
So since that was more of a thought than a pick, do you want me to go another one, or do you want to tell me what one of yours you're thinking?
I'm going to say what I'm thinking because I'm going to veer our
This is where I'm
conversation.
getting scared.
So yeah, like I said, I included Back to the Future in the nostalgic one too.
Oh, me too. It wasn't on my list.
Because that is now the Simpsons ride. But I have vivid memories of the Back to the Future ride. And that was a big
the Simpsons ride on the...
Oh my God, get me out of here. I'll puke before I puke on the Simpsons ride. Back to the Future, like that, Michael J. Fox was like at opening day. Like that was a big part.
Right.
I think when I was studying the trivia too, there was a fact, I'm not going to fact check it. I don't know if it's true, but the Back to the Future theme was like considered the original like theme song to Universal Studios.
Oh, cool. Dun, 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 dun. Literally just watched that
You
movie
watched that this morning. Our
with my
kids are like obsessed with that movie right now, which I'm okay with.
Yeah,
like,
it's
keep watching
so
it.
good.
Our 4-year-old loved it.
He's the one who wanted to watch it.
Let's watch it again.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went. This is what I am going to pick because I love it. And it's new, so I'm scared. I went with Monsters Unchained in Epic Universe.
Here we go again. Okay. All right.
Just let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Universal Monsters is what started this whole... It saved Universal Studios. Universal Studios was about... The actual studio was about to go bankrupt. And Carl Lindley's son or somebody was like, I'm going to make some scary movies with some monsters. He did Dracula. He did Frankenstein. And those movies were so popular and they saved Universal Studios. There has not been a Universal Monsters ride at Universal Studios yet. They've been waiting. Steven Spielberg wanted it at Universal Studios in the 90s. Never got it. He hung on a year ago. Enter Monsters Unchained. 14 animatronics that are huge. Technology like you've never seen. Mm-hmm. And it's the Universal Monsters. It is the ultimate peak of technology, creativity, storytelling, and Universal Monsters. It belongs on Mount Rushmore.
Okay. I don't disagree with anything you said, except it's been open 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year. Half that year, one of the animatronics wasn't even working. Mm-mm. Okay. And
those are growing pains.
I understand they're growing pains, but how? So what we're trying to see something that stands the test of time here. We are trying to carve in a Mount Rushmore.
We got to look to the future, Roger.
We do have to look to the future. And what I don't want to happen, which again, I could see it happening, but I don't want 25 years from now, us to review our
Those
podcast
never
and be
worked.
like, oh yeah, those were cool. But that was, that was kind of
we got to take risks sometimes, though. I almost wore my Delightful Free Cat.
Okay.
I almost wore that.
I'm not saying it's not worth considering, but it's absolutely world class. It's beautiful. They're awesome, but Monsters Unchained did not save Universal Studios.
The Universal Monsters
I know that,
did.
but Monsters Unchained
itself show me another Universal Monsters ride.
I know, but just because that is the actual property is iconic does not make the ride iconic just yet. There's amazing.
A lot of stuff I love about Epic Universe. Isle of Berk is my favorite place in the entire world. And I did not put, because I'm making sure I'm not putting my personal opinion.
Sure,
because my Mount Rushmore rides, like probably Hiccups Wing Gliders would be on it. Like I love me some Isle of Berk. I had to check myself with Monsters Unchained because I also love Dark Universe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, me too.
And I'm newly riding the wave of Epic. So I really was like, originally did not have Monsters Unchained in my top 4. Mm-hmm. But when the Universal Monsters idea clicked in my head, I'm like, and the Steven Spielberg, this is the ride he's been most excited about. And he's such a huge part of Universal Studios. I get it. I mean, I was like, I don't know if it's going to stand the test of time. I really think it will.
I hope it will.
I don't know.
have high hopes
I'm
for it.
okay with disagree,
I have high
maybe.
hopes for
I don't
it.
know. I haven't, the more I talk about it,
Victoria
the more.
Frankenstein, but, she was created for the hasn't stood the test of time either. So, anyway, we'll we'll come back
But
to
there's
it.
already like so much merchandise for like Igor, and there's like the delightful I just feel like it's getting a following.
Trendy does not mean iconic at this point.
But it's also a very big feat in rod technology.
Sure.
My brain was overwhelmed. I could not comprehend what I was seeing when I was riding that ride.
I agree. I agree with all of the above. But
I will hear arguments for others because I also have other ones. I said I was confident in the first two and the other four could be. So go ahead, give me one.
Well, I mean, and that's how I feel about all of the rest of them. So again, it could be a moot point, but I'm actually going to say, and again, I'm probably feeling the same way you did before this one, but I'm gonna ride hard for it, and that's my shirt. That's Spider-Man. The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man.
I knew you were going to say that.
Spider-Man, you want to talk about something that's new technology that people's minds are blown.
What year did that open?
I don't know if it opened with Islands of Adventure, but if it did, that's 1999.
I think it did.
I think it did. And it still blows my mind. It mixes practical effects with screen effects.
Cool.
It looks good. A lot of these new screen rides, they don't look good. It doesn't make you sick. I mean, it might
the
make
practical effects in that ride.
When that hobgoblin throws that pumpkin bomb
and the fire
and
behind
the
it.
fireball, the actual fireball comes out. I mean, that's mind-blowing this many years later. And there's all kinds of different effects. You know, you're falling down. He catches you with his web. You feel that effect.
That like pull up.
Yeah. Electro shakes the car, so it shakes and there's lights going off. I mean, just the merge of practical and special effects. It's, to me, and again, this I promise you, I'm trying to not take my love into it, but I do think, and I thought long and hard about this, because I do think that it is historically significant. It is a big deal. It started this trend, and it's one of the very first screen rides and it's done very well, and it still holds up to this day.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not going to cry in my pillow tonight if Spider-Man's not on Mount Rushmore. But
it was on my list. It was at the bottom of my list, but I also I'm not a huge comic book person. I'm not a huge Spider-Man person. So I feel like I don't want my personal, but I see what you're saying about all of that. I think it's an incredible use. And the fact that it was in 1999 kind of does blow my mind. That was the technology, that was the first of that type of ride. When now there's, I mean, that's what Monsters Unchained. It wouldn't be there without the technology that was developed in Spider-Man.
It sure wouldn't.
Okay.
Which again, that doesn't necessarily.
No, I'm not. Yes,
because you can perfect something,
Yeah.
Later on, and it can be better and more iconic even. But as of right now, okay, that's my argument
I'm
for Spider-Man.
Saying no,
okay,
but I think we need to put a pin in Monsters and Spider-Man. I'm going to take us on a little side road.
Okay.
I personally believe that we have to include a Harry Potter ride, because Harry Potter and the Wizarding World absolutely changed the game for Universal Studios. Them acquiring the rights to Wizarding World is what put them on this trajectory that is where we are today.
Yeah, I totally agree. And can I don't know if you even want me to include this. I can cut it out if we need to, if we're not trying to be, but we do not agree with J.K. Rowling. We are against everything she believes in. We still love Harry Potter. It's very complicated.
I think definitely include this.
But yeah, okay, good.
There's a lot of people that aren't J.K. Rowling that were involved in the creative experience of the Wizarding World. So
we are, and I have complicated feelings about being such a fan of Harry Potter and the theme parks in particular, because I love it so much. Because what she has done and said regarding the trans community is abhorrent, and I don't stand for it at all. So I have complicated feelings, so I just want to preface it with that as we go into Harry Potter. Go ahead.
Good job. Okay. Here's where we decide, but I feel like we have to include one.
I do too. I didn't think of it in those terms, but when you put it that way, and I have all three of the big ones. Not Ministry, because I haven't
Yeah,
done it.
we
But,
haven't done- we
but I
can't.
don't think it would.
I don't think it would make our
But regardless, I have all them on my list as possibilities because for that very reason.
Well, here's where we run into the deciding which one. Okay. I think
I know which one it shouldn't be, but that's just me.
Hippogriff.
I was going to argue for Hippogriff.
Here's the thing. Obviously, that was a big old slur. Oh my God. I personally, there's absolutely no arguing the fact that Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is the best Harry Potter ride. Again, we've not ridden
It might
Ministry.
be my favorite ride
ever.
anywhere in the world. That
It's
I've
an
done.
incredible. Forbidden Journey was the first one.
I agree.
Forbidden Journey had new ride technology that had never been there. Forbidden Journey was built inside Hogwarts. The queue is the ultimate Harry Potter. And this is the quote that I have heard and seen online. It might not be the best Harry Potter ride, but it's the most Harry Potter ride.
It is the most Harry Potter ride. And to be honest with you, okay, this give me your thoughts on this. I need you to understand. Okay, give me your thoughts on this. Are we counting the queue as part of the ride? Because if we are, that is a huge. Okay. Then so that queue, you walk through Hogwarts. It is an incredible experience, and so I was actually going to argue that of the three, Gringotts is the one we shouldn't.
Oh, I
do.
wasn't even on my
good.
list.
Just because it's it's kind of it's not the most Harry Potter. It's not the most thrilling. It's kind of in between on everything. We love it, but okay. So
I like my heart wants to say Hagrid's because I love Hagrid's.
Me too.
But my brain is like, it has to be Forbidden Journey.
Gosh, Sarah, I kind of feel the same way, especially.
And I hate Forbidden Journey.
Yeah,
I mean, this is where I know that I'm doing this right because I don't write it because I'm sick the rest of the day. I get so nauseous on Forbidden Journey. I don't know if it's the same ride vehicle as Monsters Unchained, and I don't get sick on Monsters Unchained. So I don't think it's the ride vehicle. I think it's the amount of screens.
Yeah.
The screens don't look great. They haven't stood up. They need a little bit of a refurb.
They do.
There are some practical effects. I mean, that spider gets in your face.
Practical effects in that. Yeah, that part.
No, I mean
the Dementors.
that ride. Plus, it was what opened Wizarding World and Universal Orlando got Wizarding World before Hollywood did. And I mean, that ride was just. It blew people's minds.
I mean, you can't
that cute.
You can't overstate enough how cool it is. You walk through the house, the castle. You see all these different iconic things from the movie, and then the ride itself. You're flying through Hogwarts. You're flying through the Great Hall. You're flying the Quidditch pitch. In the forest, and merging those sets, real sets, with the screens, which the screens are very immersive. You go in and it's like a dome, and you can't see anything else. So I think that's what makes you kind of sick, but also that's what makes it immersive too.
Yeah, and and if somebody's like asking me what rides do I have to do at Universal, and you have to say you got to do Forbidden Journey unless you're gonna get nauseous because it makes you. That's the only reason. That's the only thing I tell. Like, don't ride it if you're gonna get nauseous.
Yeah.
But
Hagrid's is so much more fun.
It's
the
incredible.
animatronics are great. The music in it, I just love Hagrid's. It's a roller coaster. It's so awesome, but but I'm with you. My heart says Hagrid's, but my head and my
and when one thinks of Harry Potter imagery or even the Wizarding World icons, you think of that giant Hogwarts.
Oh, totally.
And just even if they just had Hogwarts and you couldn't even go inside, but the fact that the ride's inside this huge iconic building, I think that's the choice.
I think it's the choice as a candidate.
That means it crosses out Hagrid's.
It does cross out Hagrid's. I agree with that.
Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. So we keep saying, everybody just calls it Hagrid's at this point, right?
I definitely. I'm not going to argue with you on that as much as.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So we have. Let's see.
We have 3 that we're pretty sure about.
Let me see.
Studio Tour and Forbidden Journey.
Okay. Have we gone through all 5 of yours?
No, I have one more. that we have not discussed.
Okay. I think the next one on my list, the highest up next, is not Velocicoaster.
That was on my list.
It is.
I also have two more that are like sub list, like question marks.
Okay.
Underneath.
So let's just say it's Jurassic Park.
That's what I struggled with not having a Jurassic Park ride on this list. But I felt like Velocicoaster met that. Are you thinking River Adventure?
I am.
I've never ridden River Adventure.
Okay, because
I don't like wet rides, but
no, I know. But if you go through, ride the movies, like they say, you know, I mean, which I think, if you go on River Adventure, you are able to. It's like you're in Jurassic Park.
Now, is this the Jurassic World?
No,
River Adventure in Hollywood.
I like the one in Florida because it's still River
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. River.
They're
it's still
refurbing that right now, right? Are they changing it to
They
World?
have not announced that they're changing it to World. I will be a little bit heartbroken if they do.
I like Jurassic Park so much better than the Jurassic World.
Yeah, and that could be part of the reason why I pick it over Velocicoaster. But I think also, it's one of those rides that it's. You know, you're in Jurassic Park. There's animatronics. But it's also thrilling. It's drop. It's like a water ride. It's like a ride you would see at Jurassic Park, and I love that. And I know that they said that. You know, your story about Velocicoaster was the same, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're in Universal Studios going on a roller coaster, whereas this feels like you're in Jurassic Park going on it. Which funny story. Again, don't know if this is true, but I read or I heard somewhere that Steven Spielberg wanted to do the ride, but he was scared of the drop. So at the top of the drop, he got off.
That's funny.
And then they did the rest. But yeah, no, it's
that's funny. No, I want to ride it. I mean, that's what I feel bad. I don't know why. I guess just with the little one, it just hasn't worked out for me to ride that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I felt bad not having a Jurassic Park ride on the mountain. I am okay Velocicoaster not being on it, even though it is a feat of a roller coaster. I think the things you do on that ride are unlike anything that you've ever.
It's amazing.
I saw on the interwebs that somebody literally got an alert that you've been in a car crash after the Mosasaurus roll.
Oh my gosh!
On there,
because they rolled.
Because you're literally like, "Are you okay? We've detected a crash."
Oh my gosh!
On your Apple Watch.
That's crazy.
From the ride. I mean, I got off that ride like, oh, what just happened?
Oh, it's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah, it does things to your body.
Does things.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I don't know that deserve, but I am okay. But I also struggled with just wanting to touch base on the Mummy. I mean,
I have that on my list too.
Because that is a roller coaster that is based on the Brendan Fraser movies.
Yes, and
there's one in Hollywood and one in Orlando. It is. I have not ridden the one in Orlando, which apparently is the better of the two, because it's like you're on a set, you're on a movie set.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
And what's the bad guy's name? Yeah, whatever his name is, tries to get you.
Yeah, he comes to life for real.
It's apparently a great roller
It's great.
Great dark ride, practical sets.
We just did it. I just did it with our friends. This is when I was
churroing down.
Yeah, this is just during your churro time, and we did it, and I remember liking it in Hollywood, and then we got there and I was like, oh, I thought this was like a roller coaster. It's kind of more like a dark ride, and then
you take off.
Then it's like that curse comes and it just you go fast. I mean, it is legit. So I think that was the
only other ride on my list that I felt like we needed to talk about.
So
the three we're kind of discussing. I mean, I don't know if Mummy's, actually, but we've got kind of almost carved in ET Studio Tour Forbidden Journey. We have Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. We have Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Yep.
And The Mummy, potentially.
And I'm not ruling out Velocicoaster.
Oh, you're not? Okay. Oh, wait. We have not even put it... Have we totally disagreed on Monsters Unchained? Is that off our list?
No.
Okay.
It's not off our list.
Well, I didn't add it, and you didn't say I forgot that.
Oh, well, I was reading it as you were saying the other one, so I didn't.
So we've got five. That we're talking about.
No. I'm saying ET Studio Tour.
Forbidden Journey.
Are we
We have to have a Harry Potter one.
Okay.
And that is the Harry Potter one that needs to be on there.
So we have Mummy, Velocicoaster, River Adventure, Monsters Unchained, and Spider-Man. Okay? That is a lot. So, do we take into account the fact that we have a dark ride? We have a ride experience like the studio tour, and we have well, I guess they're 2 dark rides, but a screen ride.
Okay.
Does the ride system matter, or does it not? Do we need a coaster?
It's our
Do we
mountain.
need a coaster?
That's our mountain.
It is our mountain, but we're trying to speak for the people too.
I mean, here's the thing.
Here's
the thing.
Universal needs someone to speak for them.
I am okay giving up Monsters Unchained because Forbidden Journey is the exact same ride vehicle. I'm a little bit sad that my Universal Monsters aren't going to be represented on Mount Rushmore, but I guess there is a Universal Monsters. On the studio tour, don't you drive through the set where they film those movies?
I believe you do.
There's a big mural, I know.
There you go.
They're represented
They're
on the
represented.
studio. That
There you
studio
go.
tour is really helping us out.
It really is.
There is a
Making
section
our
that
lives
you drive
easy.
through, like a big mural, at least with like the Bride and Frankenstein. There's an image of a giant wall with their painting on it, so they're represented.
They're there. You see them. Okay. Does that?
That means there's no Epic Universe on our mountain.
Okay. Which I would.
It needs to grow.
It needs to grow. It will if we revisit this
5 years when we're doing this podcast.
We're going to come back.
Well,
I mean,
we're
that's
just
the
going to have
plan.
to have our own Epic Mountain.
Oh, we could do an epic mountain anytime.
Maybe for my birthday, I should get a birthday episode where we just
I
do
don't
an
think
epic.
there's anything
Mount
wrong with doing
Rushmore.
a mountain that is only new things. I think that's totally fine because that's the parameters.
Best new things.
Yeah, the best new things or the best things at Epic. You know, the Mount Rushmore of Epic. You can have, sure. I like that.
Okay.
That way we can get your but I think of the history
I'm
of
okay.
Universal.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right.
Okay, Monsters
Plus,
X.
okay, so we got. I'm not going to be as willing to give up Spider-Man.
Yeah, I here's the thing. I think we need to get off Mummy. I just don't think it has the like following to be on a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, you'd be like your Mount Rushmore
there's a
of Universal.
there's a Mummy ride?
Yeah,
I think it's underrated.
it totally.
I think that maybe belong on a different mountain that we
Yeah.
talk about at another point.
wink, wink,
spoiler.
underrated.
Okay.
Okay,
So that leaves Spider-Man, Jurassic Park Adventure, and Velocicoaster. So 2 of those are Jurassic Park, which my whole thing is not having Jurassic Park on a Mount Rushmore of Universal rides. That feels weird to me.
does it feel weird though if you've got E.T. Like, let's forget Jurassic. Let's think Spielberg. You've got E.T. and you've got the Universal Tour, which has Jaws.
Okay, that's true.
Do we need
That's true.
3
I wish there
Spielbergs?
was some sort of Jurassic moment on the studio tour. I think there might be a ride vehicle. Maybe like one of a
one of the
like with the things that the Jurassic World, I think when you're driving, they have an area with the cars and stuff,
Yeah.
like rides, like screen used props, and they have one of those circle things that they were in Jurassic World.
Yeah, those.
They might have a Jurassic Park truck.
Maybe.
Can we just say that they do so I feel better about it? Okay, you know what? I do wish that we could round out with Velocicoaster. Oof. Spider-Man.
So here's the thing.
I feel like it's down to Spider-Man or Velocicoaster.
Okay.
But I also haven't ridden Jurassic River Adventure because there's like animatronics and stuff in there, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. This is.
You don't want Velocicoaster on there.
Here's the thing. I kind of maybe do, but the reason is not necessarily because. So I think something I've found is important to me on a Mount Rushmore, and I don't know if this should matter, but I think a variety matters. I think you're representing, you're doing the most iconic, and I think because you have E.T. and Forbidden Journey, they're both dark rides in a building. Like you throw Spider-Man in there, and that's three buildings.
3 dark rides.
You look at the Mount Rushmore, and there's 3 buildings up there. You know,
I will say, if I picture our mountain, and if I'm looking at like an image of the mountain, and it's the actual carvings, you've got the E.T., the Studio Tour, Forbidden Journey, Velocicoaster, I'd be like, that is a Universal Studios mountain.
yeah, I know.
And if just Spider-Man was up there, I'd be like,
I'm heartbroken.
Sorry.
But I do think there's more of a emotional attachment than there is a
I love it. The technology's insane. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it doesn't belong.
I guess I was a little. I'm also a little hesitant because Velocicoaster also is new. But it's been around. What would it come out in 2021?
21.
Like 5 years.
It's still
It's
still
new, but
bangs.
that's yeah. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with Velocicoaster. And then you got your Jurassic Park. And, so what if there's 3 Spielbergs? Because it's Spielberg's park. We talked about it at the beginning.
Velocicoaster's doing some things that I ain't never been done before.
That's true. It's incredible. So, Steve, you're welcome. Stan, I'm sorry, Stan Lee. Okay.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Steve and Stan and Stan.
Yeah.
We got to
And Jack
carve it
Kirby.
in. We got to carve it in.
All right, let's carve it in. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Get our little. Let's carve it in.
Carving in on the Mount Rushmore of Universal Studios. Well, I guess Universal attractions. Universal rides.
Universal
Not
rides,
Okay,
yeah.
Universal rides. I added too many words. E.T.
Boom! E.T. Phone Home. And I'm going to go with King Kong, Jaws, Earthquake, Fast and Furious, and many, many more.
Universal Monsters.
The Studios Tour.
Studio Tour.
The Tram Tour. It's an incredible, more than just a ride. But
That's
it's
the
on
only
there.
one from Hollywood that made it.
Well,
It's a classic.
it's a classic.
Okay. And I'm going to carve in Forbidden Journey.
All
in
right.
the Wizarding World.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. It's got to be. You got to have Harry Potter, and I am going to. Yes, Sarah, for you, we're carving in Velocicoaster. It is one of the best rides out there, and sure, I think it could be considered one of the 4 most iconic.
Yay! I love it. I feel good about our rides.
I do too. I feel good about it too, and I do think. Now that we've decided and it's carved in, I feel like Spider-Man wasn't the right choice.
I don't know. It's okay. It might have been another day of the week. But
Okay, but
right
we
now,
have
this is
our,
moment.
we give our personal faves. So,
Yeah, so what-
maybe it'll be
yeah.
there. So, my personal fave that didn't make the mountain
Spider-Man.
is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that close. I love it. It's a must-do for me every trip. I love it. We already talked about it. So
I'm just going to stick to the theme and say mine would be Monsters Unchained.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. So
quick discussion on our favorites.
almost face mountain.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and
Jaws
Monsters
is close.
Unchained.
Jaws
Yeah.
is close for me.
Yeah.
I love a Jaws. moment.
Yeah, but you have
That was so
literally
scary.
have a Jaws moment.
That was
in the
so
studio
scary.
tour.
That ride was so scary.
I bet it was. I never got to experience it, but
It was so good. I also love Twister, that flying cow. Anyways, I can't let an ET a podcast that's so ET heavy pass by without me doing my favorite impersonation of that ride. Of the what's his name?
I don't know his name.
The guy.
I know.
When ET gets home.
He looks like a mushroom.
Welcome home. You have arrived. I joke every time we ride. I was like, guys, this is what I'm going to say to you when you get home every day. Welcome home.
I love that guy.
That part of the ride is
It's
just
amazing.
insane. There's some creepy looking people in there. Or aliens, I guess.
There are. His home planet is full of weirdos.
Okay, let's get this train moving because we talked a lot about it. So we carved that in. I'm on to my March moment. This is going to be real quick.
All right.
Real quick. This is where I filled in the blank, fill in the gap that is Universal Studios merchandise. I love a fanny pack. I mean, you can call it a crossbody, you can call it whatever, but Roger will carry the backpacks in the parks. I will have my fanny pack on at all times with the essentials. There is hardly any Universal Studios fanny packs. There is maybe
It's a
one
shame.
in the park that's like classic Universal, but I like to get stuff that you're not going to see as much in the park. So I like to buy off small shops or off Etsy. So my Disney fanny packs, I can find a plethora of those. But I made my own fanny packs
You sure
for
did.
Universal. So I have to just show that the merch is fanny packs. And you can find some in the parks. Disney, you can find a lot of crossbodies, those lug bags now. You can find...
For you podcast listeners, we will make sure we include this in our stories at some point so you can see it.
my fanny packs.
Yeah,
I'll probably
the
make it
audio
real.
only.
Yeah.
The audio only listeners. We'll make
So
sure we
I
include
bought
it in our
this like
socials.
$15 fanny pack, and then I ironed on a dinosaur, what is this called? Like a movie
Clapper.
clip, a clapper,
Like a
a movie
clapboard.
clapper, and then a platform 9 3/4
3/4.
Three-quarters, whatever.
It is 90.
Whatever, from Harry Potter. So this will be my Universal Studios Islands of Adventure fanny pack, and I'm very excited about it. So I love a fanny pack. I love crafting, and this is like the perfect thing. And then I also made one for Epic, which, I mean, we did talk about Epic today, but so I made my little fanny pack with some patches for Epic too that represents all the portals. We got Dark Universe and Ministry of Magic and Super Nintendo World and Isle of Berk, and then I made a Soul Mario one because my kids love Mario.
Yeah, because, we're a Mario family.
So, if you can't find the merch, make your own. Such as my hat. I also made my ET hat. I can't find a bunch of hats on Universal property or in Universal small shops. I made my own, and I have 4 new Universal hats that I will be wearing on our trip that I'll make sure show. But today I had to wear ET. Because that was my one solid in.
Because he's a face
I also
on
have
the mountain.
I have a Jaws one that I almost wore, but it didn't make my mind. So, anyways, quick, okay.
All right, I love it, and it's great. So if they don't have the merch you want,
make it yourself.
You make it yourself, you enterprising people. Okay, and now I'm excited about my animatronic of the week. Okay, stop! You're not supposed to cheat. So. We got very close to spoiling it, and I didn't even want to tease it, but one of my animatronics of the week is definitely from the ET ride.
The second half.
The second
fever
half.
dream half.
The fever dream, when you go back to the green planet, and the ET you're supposed to save his planet, and then you go through, and there's this horribly creepy, terrifying animatronic. Her name is Magdoll. Okay, what she is she's like this. She's got this porcelain doll looking face with plants coming out of her head and flowers for her body, and her eyes are black. She kind of shakes a little bit, which I was thinking, and I love her dearly. But I was looking and doing some research on Reddit. There was again, Reddit, who knows, but there's a guy who claims to have worked on it and said that she's just degraded over time, and it kind of like the Yeti, they can't fix her too much because she's very heavy internally. Her torso mechanisms are difficult to maintain, and her newer skin materials made the movement harder on the figure, so that's why she just kind of twitches a little bit,
which adds to the creepiness.
But a fun fact about her also, she is voiced by Pat Welsh, which, if you don't know, is the actual woman who voiced E.T. himself. So
what a fun fact!
She shares a voice with E.T., and her line in the show is, "You've saved our planet. Come celebrate with us." That's not creepy at all.
So
the way she says it is.
I feel like I need to pay attention to that when we write it.
She's great.
Especially now that I know it's the same voice as E.T.
It doesn't sound like it. I reviewed the sound. It does not sound like it. But.
So she has no sort of
No.
She's very ooh, flowery.
Yeah, you saved our planet. Come celebrate with us.
You saved our planet.
No, I wish. No. Yep, so that's Magdoll. I love her. She's
I love her.
Yeah.
I don't love her as much as my guy, but I don't even know his name.
And that's why I was I actually almost thought about doing him because you love him so much. And that would have tied in really well, but I had to go with my favorite.
You probably knew I was going to talk about him before.
I did think
you know how much I love him.
Yeah, so.
Welcome home. You have arrived. Okay, sorry, I'll be done with mine.
All right, that's it for this week's episode of Face Mountain.
Thanks for carving out some time to hang with us today. And if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to follow the show, leave us a rating and review, and share the podcast with your fellow theme park fans or non-theme park fans, whatever you want to do. You can follow us on Instagram at Face Mountain Podcast, on TikTok at Face Mountain Pod, and wherever else, on YouTube. YouTube, because we have the videos on Face Mountain Podcast.
That's right. And you can don't forget, you can email us at facemountainpodcast@gmail.com.
Let us know your thoughts.
Let us know what you think about
Only if you liked the podcast. I don't want to hear your thoughts if you don't.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, just don't. Don't forget to subscribe.
I said all that.
You did that. That's right. Okay. Well, still, it's our 3rd episode. We're getting there.
Okay.
Next week, we will be arguing, and you wrote it down for me, and I still don't have it.
You never know.
Next week, we're talking best character meals.
I'm excited about this one.
So come back and help us decide what deserves a spot on the mountain.
Until then, be safe, have fun, find a little magic every day, and until next time,
Chisels down for now. See you at the summit.